Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming to you with a slightly different type of video. No, a totally different type of video. A cooking video, you guys. I am making homemade chili. You know, it's been cold here in the Houston area, and my family has requested chili. So I decided to pick up this camera so I can show you guys how I make my homemade chili. So if you want to see how I made this beautiful bowl of chili that is oh so tasty, I want you to keep on watching. And also, y'all, I finished my chili up in the crock pot. So keep on watching so you can see how I make my chili. I started my recipe by prepping my beans the night before. You guys, I'm using dry beans to make my homemade chili. I have here 3 16-ounce bags of beans, red kidney beans, pinto beans, and black beans. I did not use a full bag of beans of each in my chili. What I did was use 4 ounces of black beans, 8 ounces of pinto beans, and 8 ounces of red kidney beans. You can use canned beans for your chili, you guys, but I decided to use dry beans in my chili. What I did was sorted through my beans by placing them on my cutting board. What I'm looking for is any rocks that may have been in the beans, and I also picked out any beans that was split in two. Once I picked through all of my beans, I placed them in my strainer and took them to my sink and rinsed them really well, you guys. You want to make sure you get all the dirt and the debris off of the beans. Once I completed the rinsing of my beans, I placed them in a large bowl and covered them with water. I allowed my beans to soak overnight. By me soaking my beans overnight, it helps my beans to cook faster when I start the cooking process of my chili. Okay, you guys, the additional ingredients that I've already diced to make my chili is 1 large onion, 3 stalks of celery, and bell peppers. Now my bell peppers, I like to use a mixture of bell peppers. So I diced 1/3 of a yellow bell pepper, a red bell pepper, orange, and green. But you don't have to do that. If you only want to use green, use green. Let's say you don't like celery. I don't like celery, Lo. Okay, so don't put it in your chili. This is what I use to make my chili with to bring out all the flavors. I'm also going to put in my chili 2 tablespoons of Cajun seasoning, 1 tablespoon of cumin, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, and 2 tablespoons of chili powder. Now you have to be careful when you're using your chili powder, you guys, because it can be extremely spicy. So put a little bit in at a time according to your taste. The taste of the chili is gonna come from a combination of the chili powder and the cumin. I'm also using 2 pounds of chili meat, ground chili meat, and 1.5 pounds of ground beef. My ground beef is 90-10 and my chili meat is chuck. I'm also going to use a 6-ounce can of tomato paste and also a 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes. Both my tomato paste and my diced tomatoes have no added salt to them. And also, you guys, before I open up the diced tomatoes, I had some fresh tomatoes that I've already cut up and put in my blender a little, and this is 2 cups worth of tomatoes. If I decide that I need some more, then I will go ahead and open up that can and add it to my chili. I'm also gonna use 4 cups of water, but in my 4 cups of water, I'm gonna put beef flavored bouillon. I'm gonna put 3 tablespoons of beef flavored bouillon. That's 3 tablespoons. Because I just don't want to put plain water in my chili when I'm making it. Now I'm about to go to the stove and brown my ground beef. Excuse me. I'll get right back with you. Okay, you guys, I wanted to show you that my meat is browning. And I wanted to let you know that even though I'm using ground beef in my chili, if you don't eat beef, you can use any type of meat that you choose. You can use ground turkey, ground chicken, any type of meat that you choose. I also wanted to let you guys know that I did not put any oil in my pan prior to me putting my meat in my pan because the meat is going to render enough fat and juice. Once it has browned a little bit more, I will be adding seasoning to my meat as it browns. Okay, you guys, my meat is browning. What I'm doing is just going through, breaking up the pieces, making sure that I don't have any large pieces of meat in my chili. But as you can see, it is browning. It's only been cooking for about 5 minutes. And look, I told you guys I didn't add any type of oil in the chili. And I didn't add any type of oil in my frying pan prior to me putting my meat in, because look at the juice that it makes. And this was lean cuts of meat. So what I'm going to do is add some seasoning in. I put all of my seasoning in one large bowl. I combined all my seasoning together, and I'm just going to take some of my seasoning and add it to my meat. I'm going to mix it in and allow the meat to continue to brown. And once it has completely browned, I'm going to come back to you guys and show you what my next steps will be. See you in a second. Okay, you guys, my meat is completely brown and I've added it to my crock pot. Yes, I am cooking my chili today in a crock pot. I've combined all of my chopped vegetables in the crock pot with my ground meat, and I am going to mix it together. Once I've completed mixing it together, I'm going to add my tomato sauce, my tomato paste, and the remaining of my seasoning in my crock pot. I'm also going to add those beans that I soaked overnight. Give me just 1 minute and I'll be back with you as soon as I add the beans to the crock pot. Okay, you guys, I've mixed my tomatoes, my tomato paste, all my vegetables, and the remaining of my seasoning in my crock pot. I'm about to add my beans into my crock pot. Okay, babe. Okay, y'all, I want to show y'all that this is a 32 ounce, 4-cup measuring cup. I filled up with water and then I added 3 tablespoons of my beef bouillon. Okay, you guys, I'm adding my mixture of water and beef bouillon to my crock pot. I know you guys are watching this saying, "Lo, you live in Texas. You know we don't put beans in our chili." But you guys, look. My mom put beans in her chili. My grandmother put beans in her chili. So I put beans in our chili. And you guys, we love them. They taste great. Now, I initially set my crock pot to cook for 4 hours, but due to the fact that I am using dry beans, I added an additional hour to make sure my beans were thoroughly cooked. Okay, you guys, I have thoroughly mixed all of my ingredients together in the crock pot, and I'm going to go in and initially set my crock pot to cook on high for 4 hours. Now, due to the fact that I am using dry beans, I did go ahead and add an additional hour to my crock pot to assure that my beans will be tender. I also want to let you guys know that I did go ahead and add 1 tablespoon of fresh garlic to my chili as well. So once this has been cooking for a total of 5 hours, I'll be back to show you the final results. Hey y'all, my chili is complete. I let it cook for a total of 5 hours in the crock pot. Once it had been cooking for about 2.5 hours, I went in and tasted the chili and decided I needed additional seasoning. So I added more garlic powder, onion powder, cumin, chili powder. I also added a tablespoon of brown sugar. The brown sugar helps fight the acid from the tomatoes that I used in the chili. So it looks good and it smells amazing. I am going to put me some in a bowl and give it a taste. Okay, you guys, this is the final look of my chili. And it smells good, it tastes amazing, and it was so simple to make. Now at this point, most people like to put toppings on their chili, like my family. My family loves to add sour cream, green onions, and cheese. But me, myself, all I need is a bowl of chili and some cornbread. Won't you go ahead and try my recipe? It is so simple, and if I can do it, surely you can too. Leave me a comment below and let me know if you tried my recipe and how did it come out for you. I want to thank you guys for taking the time out to watch my video today. Please like my video, comment, and subscribe. But don't forget to hit that bell so you can be notified each and every time I upload a video. Thank you guys, and bye-bye for now.